Hi everyone, Ravi this side. Welcome to Engineering Adda. So in the previous two videos, we have discussed about the introduction of the Elasticsearch and how we can install and make our Elasticsearch up locally on our system. In this video, we are going to create a Spring Boot application and we'll try to integrate the Elasticsearch in our Spring Boot application and implement couple of APIs. Okay, so let's get started for that. So let me go to the IntelliJ and let me try to create one application here. So go to the file new and create an application. So let's say my application name is Spring Boot Elasticsearch example, something like that. Okay, and this would be of Maven type. Let me go next and let me try to include couple of dependencies. So let's say Lombok. We are going to use the web and we are not going to use any relational database. We are going to use the Elasticsearch. So for that you need to search for the Elasticsearch and you will find this Spring Data Elasticsearch with the access and the driver. So just that is all. You need to include those dependencies and then create your application. Now let me try to open this application in a new tab. So yeah, just wait for a few seconds. It will try to download the starter dependency that we have included, and then after that it will make our application up. Okay, and then after that we'll try to do the development. Okay, so just wait for it. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a product entity, product repository, service, and the controller for that. So we are going to create a product CRUD project, and there we'll try to integrate our Elasticsearch. So let me try to go here. You can see our application is good. So here we are going to use the Elasticsearch as a database as well as the search engine. So both of aspect of the Elasticsearch I will try to show you here. So yeah, we are good. Let me try to create couple of packages here. So let's say entity, repo, and service, controller. Okay, let me try to create it. So we are good. Now let me try to go to the entity package and create one product entity. Okay, and here we have some attributes. So let's say private string name, private string description, private int quantity, private double price, and we have id as well. So private int id. Okay, so let me try to create the all argument, no argument, getter setters, and we need to create the index for this entity. So how we can create it? So we need to create the document which is coming from the Elasticsearch, and we need to create the index name here. Let's say the index name is product. Okay, or product, something like that. So you try to cross verify that document is coming from the Elasticsearch. Okay, so we are good now. Let me go to the repo and create the product repo here, which should be an interface. Add it, and we need to implement the, sorry, we need to extend the Elasticsearch repository. Okay, now let me try to import it, and here we need to provide the two parameters. One will be our entity and another will be the ID of our entity. So our entity is product, and the type of ID we have is of integer type, so that we need to provide. Import the product here. We are good now. Go to the service. Let me try to create couple of services here. So product service, add it, annotate this class with @service. Why we are annotating it? So that we can like it will try to create the bin of our class and assign it to the application context so that we can use it. So it is service. Good. Now let me try to create couple of methods here. Okay. Before that, let me try to auto-wire the product repository. Product repo. Okay. Now let me try to create a method which is public get product or get product, something like that, which will be returning the list of product. Okay. Let me try to remove this. Import the product here, list as well, which is coming from the util. And now with the help of product repository, we'll try to call the method find all. Okay, that's it, and then simply return it. So it is giving some error. Let me try to make this iterable products and remove it from here. That's all. So we are good now. Now let me try to create couple of others method here. So we have four methods: create, read, update, and delete. So for read, we have created this. Let me try to create for the save or insert product, something like that. And here we'll pass the product instance. Okay, let's say it is returning the product, and the method should be save. Pass the product here. Good. Now we need to create the update and delete. Okay, so let me try to create the update product. I'll pass the product here. Based upon this, we'll try to update it. So first of all, we'll try to find out the product. So for the particular product, we are going to update it. So let me try to provide the ID as well. So we'll try to find out this particular product from the database, and then we'll try to update based upon the response that we are going to send. So just simply create a object of product. Okay, and then do a find by ID, pass the ID here. Okay, let me try to use dot get, and then based upon the response that we are sending from the postman, we'll try to update it. So we have the product now. Product dot set. Let's say you are going to set the price, and the price you are getting from the response or the request that you are sending to the postman. Okay, and simply doing it. That's all. So, and then what we'll do, we'll try to return the product one. So, as of now, we are only what we are doing, we are only updating one field, which is price. So, let me try to remove this. The return side type should be product. So, we are good. How we can delete it? So, let me try to create the method delete product. So, based upon the ID that will pass, we'll try to delete it. Okay, dot delete by ID, we'll pass the ID here. Okay, now let me try to remove this, and it return type should be product. Let me try to get it here. So why it is giving the error? Okay, let me try to do a get. Or let's say we are not going to return anything, we are simply deleting it as of now, and then returning nothing. Okay, so that's all. So we are good with the creation of the methods. Now let me go to the controller, create the APIs here. So come here, create one class called product controller. Okay, add this, and let me annotate this with the @ REST API, sorry, REST controller, and let me try to provide some class level mapping with the help of request mapping, and provide some base mapping here. Let's say APIs. Okay, that's all. Now we need to create the APIs for all the methods that we have created in the service. So I will try to create for get first, and then correspondingly we'll try to create for others as well. So let me try to create one get mapping here, and it's say find all. Okay, it will be returning the table products, something like that. Find all. We'll try to, first of all, we need to auto wire the service here. So for that, let me try to auto wire the service. Private product service. Okay, with the help of this object, we'll try to call the methods inside the product service. So the first one, we are creating the mapping for get products. Okay, and need to import this product, simply return it from here. So we are good now. Now let me try to access this. Okay, so let me try to run it and see how it is behaving. So it will work like a normal API, but one thing we have missed is we did not did the configuration for the Elasticsearch. So how Elasticsearch will be included or will be integrated with our Spring Boot application. So for that we need to do some configuration. So how we can do that? So you need to go to your resource application.properties file, and here you need to go for the Spring Data Elasticsearch cluster name. So you need to provide the cluster name. So let me try to remove this Elasticsearch cluster name. Okay, and you need to provide the cluster name. So make sure that your Elasticsearch is up. So in the previous video we discussed how we can install and make our Elasticsearch up and on which port it will be up. I showed you there. So our Elasticsearch is up locally. Now let me go there to the browser and then show you this endpoint. So it is HTTP localhost on port number 9200 it is up, so you can see. So you can see the cluster name is Elasticsearch. So that is what we need in order to integrate our Elasticsearch with the Spring Boot. Okay, so come here and provide the cluster name, and we need to provide the node. So on which port and where your application or your Elasticsearch is up, that we need to provide. So for that, let me try to copy this and come here, and we need to make this to the node. Okay, and we need to provide the node here. So our application, Elasticsearch application is up locally on the port number 9200. So it is localhost 9200. That's all. Okay, so we are good now. So let me try to rerun this application and then show you those things. So what we did, let me go to the product entity, and here you can see we have created this products index. So how we can access this index? So this index would be created inside the Elasticsearch. Okay, so our Elasticsearch is up on the port number 9200 locally. So there we can find out index. So let me try to hit those endpoints. Our application is up, and here you can see if you want to see your index where it is, so you can uh, hit this API. So while I was discussing about the Elasticsearch, I showed you or I told you that Elasticsearch is very much RESTful friendly. So you can see you can search your index or you can access your database or index by hitting some APIs. So you can see this is the API that it has provided. So just enter it and you can see this, right? So here you can see this is the index that you have created, which is products, and these are some configuration of the products index mapping. Okay, and what are the key value pairs that we have created, what are the data types of our keywords, so those things is there, right? So this is how you can access your index. Your application is up on the port number 9200, and then you need to provide the index number with the forward slash. Okay, now this is good. Now how we can see our APIs? So how we can see if some data is there in our Elasticsearch or not? So as of now we don't have any data, but let me try to hit this API to see what is there. So you can see our application is up on the port number 8080, and the base URL is APIs, and then to hit this endpoint we need to hit the find all. So let me try to open the Postman here, and let me try to come here, and if you want to see your index that you have created, you can come here to the Postman, and your application, your Elasticsearch is up on the port number 9200, and you need to provide the index that you have created. Just hit enter. This is the Git API. You can see this is the index name, and these are some configuration of your index. Okay, so this is how it is looking like, and you can see the number of shard is 1, creation date is this, number of replica is 1, everything about the index is given here. What I was talking about is how we can hit the endpoints. So our application, Spring Boot application, is up on the port number 8080, and then the base API is APIs and then find all. So let me try to go to the IntelliJ and see what it was. So it is find all with a capital. Come here to the postman, make it capital and hit it. So you can see as of now the content is null, and these are some other configuration which is coming from the Elasticsearch. Okay, so number of element is 0 as of now because we don't have any element inside our index. So how we can enter the, or how we can insert the element inside our index, that we are going to do. So let me go to the IntelliJ, and coming to the service, you can see we have created this same method, insert product. So for that we are going to create the APIs here. So come here, let me try to create one post API. Okay, and then let's say it is insert, and coming here, its return type should be product, insert product, something like that. We need to provide the product as a request body, at the rate request body. Okay, come down, with the help of the product service we can call the method that we have created, which is insert product, and provide the product here, and then simply return it. Okay, let me try to make it public. Okay, so we are good. Now let me try to rerun this application and hit this endpoint to insert couple of records. Okay, so come to the postman, and you can see this is the API to find all, and we need to hit the post API, which is insert. Let me change the method type to post. So this is the URL to hit the post API. Now come to the body, and we need to provide the request body here. So what are all the attributes we have in our product entity? So let me go there. You can go to the product. We have the ID, name, description, quantity, and the price. So those things you need to provide as a request body. So let's say ID. Let's say the ID is 1, name. Let's say the product name is mobile, and description. Let's say good cell phone, something like that. And price, let's say 20,000. And what we are providing here, we need to provide the comma. And what we need to provide, we need to provide some other details, which is quantity, I think. Yeah, quantity, and let's say it is 1. So we are good now. Let me try to cross verify it. So we have the ID, name, description, quantity, and the price. So let me try to remove the price from here and put it down. Let's say the quantity is 1 and the price is this. Remove the comma from back, and then try to hit the endpoint. So you can see one record is inserted in our Elasticsearch database. Now try to hit the find all API, change the method type to get, and just enter. Here you can see in content, earlier we were having empty bracket, but now we have one list, or you can say one record of the product. So whatever product we have inserted, we can see here. Coming down, these are the configuration related to the Elasticsearch. Here you can see the number of element is 1. Similarly, you can insert couple of records. Let's say I'm going to insert the laptop here. Okay, and let's say the price is 60,000. Just change the ID to 2 and send it. Okay, now let me try to insert some other details, some other products. Let's say battery, or let's say charger. Okay, let's say the price is 1000. Send it. So we have inserted those things. Now, sorry, sorry, we were not hitting the endpoints because here it should be post and it should be insert. So we have missed those things. Let me try to send it, and you can see we have inserted this. Now let me try to insert the laptop as well. Okay, let me try to change the price to 60,000. Send it. So we have those things now. Let me try to hit the find all endpoint and then show you what all the products we have. So we have ID, sorry, we have a mobile, charger, laptop. Okay, so we are good now. Now let me try to show some other things. If you want to find out some data from the database from the Elasticsearch, then how we can do the querying on our database. So you can come here. So you can see this is the get mapping, or you can say this is the get API. So your database is up on the port number 9200, and you need to provide the database name, which is product in our case, or index name we can say, and then you need to provide the underscore search API, and then just hit enter. Okay, so here let me try to remove this filter and then just hit enter. So here you can see you have the total 3 hits, like hits, inside hit you have total and value is 3. So you have 3 records that we have inserted in our Elasticsearch that is coming here under the search API. So you can see ID is 1, name is mobile. Similarly, you can see charger as well as the laptop. Okay, and here you can see the index for all the records is products, which is our index in this case. Type is underscore document. Okay, and these are some description or the products that we have inserted. Okay, coming here, uh, here you can see the hit, like whatever document that it has or whatever products that it has fetched from the database, it is showing as a hit. So we have 3, so that is why the hit value is 3. Okay, now what you can do, you can also put some query, and then based upon the query you can filter it out. So for match, yeah, we have the query for match. So this query will try to filter out the products based upon the fields that you are going to specify in the match. So let's say we want to filter out based upon the ID. So whatever product have the ID 2, it will try to filter out from the Elasticsearch. So you need to provide the index here. So our index is product and underscore search that you need to provide. So this is the API for search. Here you can provide the query. In query, this is the match query, and you want to filter out the records based upon the ID. And in ID you should be having two. So let me try to send it, and you can see we have only one successful hit. Okay, hit value is one, and you can see we are fetching out the product which has the ID 2. So it is filtering out the value based upon the ID. Similarly, if you want to filter out based upon the name, you can come here, provide the name. Let's say the name is mobile, and then you want to filter it out. So you can do, and you can see we have one successful hit, and we are getting the mobile as a product. Okay. Now coming to the another way of searching the things is, let's say you have the query and you want to get all the mobiles. Let's say you have the query and you want to get all the products with the name R as a word or R as a letter in it. So you can hit this endpoint, just hit enter, and you can see you have one hit. Okay, okay, so we don't have any hit. Now let me try to provide M, and you can see we have one hit which is mobile. Similarly, if you want to provide L here, let's say what are the hits we have? We have the laptop. Similarly, if you want to provide the T here, you can see we have the tablet here, right? So it is the starting word of your name. So if you want to filter out like this, you can do. There are a couple of more ways you can filter out your records from the database. From the Elasticsearch, you can experiment it out and then see. So this is how you can use Elasticsearch in your Spring Boot application. So this is about the video, guys. If you like the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe the channel for more such content. Thanks.